Guys, it is very difficult to do Forex alone.
Right now, you are a day trader. What was your journey like? Did you start off as a scalper? Because I see most people saying that, they started off as scalpers and then now later on they ended up being day traders or swing traders.
So the reality is, when a person starts Forex, you'll always be gambling, and gambling automatically categorizes you as a scalper. Out of plan, out of business. I learned from these gurus that once you're in this space, even banks are in this market and they have a plan. Hedge funds are participating in this market and they have a plan. That is when I realized, as a trader, if I don't have a plan, I'm not trading. Forex market is a probabilistic environment. When I get into this space, I have to understand that I will not win every position I take. In fact, out of 100 trades, you just need to win 50 and lose 50 and you are very rich.
The Mind of a Trader podcast, where we outthink the market.
If you're in a trade right now, take a pause. If you haven't analyzed the markets, don't move. This might be what you need. This is the Mind of a Trader podcast, where we cut through the noise, focus on execution, and break down the mindset behind every single move. This is where real traders sharpen their edge. I am your host, presenter Ali, and of course, this is where discipline meets strategy. We've been going through different episodes, and one of the things that have really stood out is the fact that people are always interested in more and more strategies. And I have sat down and I've analyzed all the guests that I have ever brought onto this podcast, and I have found that the guest with the simplest strategy that you can start using immediately as far as trading is concerned is one and only MZITOH. And that's why I brought him for the second time to talk to us about his strategy, tell us how he's been killing gold, how he's been faring on. Thank you so much for coming, MZITOH. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you so much, Ali.
Yes.
I'm doing so well. Our viewers, as you have been told, my name is MZITOH. I've been here before, and Ali will tell you, since the last time I was here, so many people have been texting me confirming that the strategies I shared, they are using them from different parts of the world.
Wow.
And it's working for them, and that is the goal some of us who are meant to do in this life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and of course, one of the things that we are going to be doing here for the first time, many people, they're always saying, show us a track record. MZITOH is going to give us a track record of the strategy that we are going to be sharing right here. But before that, MZITOH, interested to know, for maybe someone who's watching you for the first time, maybe they didn't get a chance to watch the video, please introduce yourself.
So guys, my name is MZITOH, and by the grace of God, I've been in the business since 2018. In fact, this is my 9th year in the business. And I'll say it has been a journey, guys. When I started, it was quite difficult. And the way most of you maybe probably are getting into the business today, you just think Forex business is an easy business. There's quick money. But let me tell you guys, the first few years were not easy. And it took me some time to understand that concept. But the reality still stands out, Ali, that if a person will get this information right from the start, the journey might be shorter. But if you get it wrong, the probability that you will get it right also stands at 50-50. So the chance that you can get it right later, it's quite difficult. That's why it's easier for a person to become a profitable trader if he starts right than a person who has been doing it for 2-3 years doing it wrong. To convert this person to a beginner again and to start doing it right, it will take him longer than a person starting. Some of us took us around 4-5 years to understand the concept.
Wow. Okay.
Because the first 2 years were literally years of gambling, whereby we thought there is easy money. Then later you get into the market, you realize that is not the truth. You get into the market, realize that what I was told is not eventually what I'm expecting or what I'm seeing. Yeah. So basically that has been my journey. And I thank God because you are there, you are a beginner. Start right. How you start as an individual matters a lot. By starting right means don't focus so much on how much am I going to make, rather focus on what does it take for a person to become a profitable trader.
Wow.
Because most of us, when we start, most of you people will ask, how much MZITOH do you make per day?
Yes.
If I have my $1,000, if I have my $100, how much am I going to make? So we are so much entitled into money, rather than forgetting that our money always follows the process in this game. So you first have to understand, what does it take? And that's why we are here today, to enlighten you what exactly it takes for a person to become a profitable Forex trader.
Wow.
Yes,
You've highlighted one of the key things that I really feel like most people normally neglect, and that is the process itself.
Yeah.
And it is a very painful process. It is, it's a journey towards self-discovery, where you learn what you're going to become. Are you going to become a day trader? Are you going to become a swing trader? Are you going to become a scalper? You learn a lot of things about yourself. And I want to understand from your journey. Right now, you are a day trader. What was your journey like? Did you start off as a scalper? Because I see most people saying that, they started off as scalpers, and then now later on they ended up being day traders or swing traders.
So the reality is, when a person starts Forex, you'll always be gambling, and gambling automatically categorizes you as a scalper.
Okay.
So because you are there in the market expecting to make money, you are not in the market to allow the probability to play out. So at the initial stages, 90% of those who begin Forex will quit within their first 2-3 months. Why? Because they are getting into this space with the mindset of money. And the mindset of money automatically turns you into what? A gambler. I have my $20. I have made $50. I'm excited. But now there's no there's no process that you are following. Even in this scalping itself is a skill, and I don't maybe say it's a bad thing, but mastering scalping is quite difficult, because most of us do scalping without knowing. Yes. Because we are doing scalping in the aim of making money. So you take too many trades, you exit early, you get back into the market, you get out. So that literally was what took me time. I remember there was a time I had an account of $40 as a beginner, and I never even knew that there was news coming at night. There was a FOMC, and I realized from my $40 the account was over $300 in seconds. And at that point, as a beginner, I thought I've discovered something. I'm a pro trader, and I realized this is now the journey I needed. This is the Forex I was told. But do you know, the following day I lost everything. Because literally, I thought Forex was something that you just get into the market, collect money very fast, and become rich. I remember last time I told those who are following me that when I started this journey, the person who introduced me to the business made it so easy to me, such that I believed you can easily make money. And I thought, if I master this thing, I can open an account for my mother, for my brother, and my family to change their story overnight. Because that is what I thought. Yeah. But literally, when you get in, you realize that that is not true. And most of people ends up as scalping. It took me about 2 years to understand. I remember it got to a point whereby I Googled, do people really make money in Forex? Is this thing real? Because in the morning you have money, you are excited. By the end of the day, you have lost everything. This is the point whereby I landed on guys who have been there for 40 years, 50 years, Adam Koo, Mark Douglas, those who have been there for some time. And one thing I realized, no, it's not what I'm doing. It's not the gambling, getting into the market, I'm excited, closing with small profits, adjusting stop losses, over trading, revenge trading, all these mistakes. I realized these people have a plan on how to engage what? The market. Wow. That's why those who know me by one quote, out of plan, out of business. I learned from these gurus that once you're in this space, even banks are in this market and they have a plan. Hedge funds are participating in this market and they have a plan. That is when I realized, as a trader, if I don't have a plan, I'm not trading. And if you're there, you are trading, and you don't have a trading plan, kindly stop trading and get back to the process. It means you missed something. If you are there, you are so much, you can be trading your account balance as a beginner. And most of even people who have been there for 3, 4, 5 years, they are not trading literally the market. They are trading what? The account balance. And in real sense, Forex market is a probabilistic environment. Yeah. When I get into this space, I have to understand that I will not win every position I take. In fact, out of 100 trades, you just need to win 50 and lose 50, and you are very rich. True. But now, to allow this probability to play out is the difficult thing for a person to do what? To do. Why? We are trading our account balance. Guy, my account was at $100. Now it has dropped to 70. So your amount automatically tells you, let me recover this money back to where it was, or make some profit. So initially, when you see some profit also on top, you are tempted to close early. Imagine I had $100, it was at 150. Now it has dropped to 130. Let me exit with this small profit. In the end of the day, you are not trading the market. You are trading your account what? Balance. And everybody who trades account balance is gambling. And gamblers never survives in this market.
Wow.
Because you're doing it without a plan. Out of plan, out of business. That is when I landed to becoming an intraday trader. Though I do also swing trading, but I focus so much on intraday and came up also with a plan. And there is now having a plan, and there's a process of following what? This plan.
You could have it and not follow it.
You can have a plan, yes. But now, the part of brain that consumes or receives information is totally different from now the part of brain that executes or the reaction that you have when you're in the market. Ali, you can have a plan, sir. Very well, I will put my stop loss here. I will put my take profit here. I will break even when this and this happens. Already it is well structured. I will be showing an example of a plan. But now when you get into the market, automatically, because we as human beings, we are attached to money. When you get into the market and the market is now going to collect your stop loss, you are targeting maybe to lose $20. Now the market is heading to $18, $17. And sometimes it can just hit your stop loss and move in the right direction. You feel cheated. So automatically your mind will tell you, next time they are coming to my stop loss, I will do what? I will adjust. Automatically you have forgotten that you had what? A plan. So initially you will adjust, and immediately you do that, you are out of plan. And once you are out of plan, you are out of business.
Wow.
On the other hand, you are profitable. Sometimes you'll get the market heading towards your profit. You are targeting $100. The market gets to 60. It pulls back even to where you entered. Again, when this market gets to 50, your psychology will tell you what?
Close.
Let me exit before they collect this again. Let me close with small profit. Automatically, you are out of business. Because small profits can make you go broke in Forex. That's why you find people, when they show you a history, Ali, you will check their history, realize that they have so many wins. But they have blown an account just because of 2 losses. You find people telling you, MZITOH, I can hold on to losses, but I don't know why am I not able to hold on to what? Profits. That automatically tells you this person, without his or her knowledge, he or she doesn't understand that he is trading his or her account what? Balance.
Wow.
Not trading the market. The market is ideally a pool of probability. This is a probabilistic environment whereby when I take a trade, I'm not sure if it's going to be a win or what? A loss. The probability of that market either being a buy or sell is 50-50. One thing that I'm sure, if I have a system, if I have a plan that I'm following consistently, over larger samples, you will always be profitable.
Wow. Amazing. Now, let's talk about something else that I normally see many people talk about and probably overlook in the market. And I think it is one of the things that mainly Kenyans do that. We have people watching from all over Africa, all over the world. I get comments from people from Ghana, Cameroon, Nigeria. Big shout out to you guys. But one of the things that let me even talk about Africa in general. I see people discredit is mentorship. Many people would say there is free YouTube videos online. Why would I get a mentor? And I really do not know what your perspective is. For people who say that information is available online for free, why should I get a mentor and pay for that?
The truth is, and guys, if you're listening to me, listen to this well or listen to this good. Guys, it is very difficult to do Forex alone. That is number one. Number two, if you say that I have information online, you will be contradicted. You will contradict yourself with this information because this mentor teaches this one, the other one teaches this one. In the end of the day, you have a lot of information. When I studied Forex, literally, I used to transnight Ali to learn different strategies from different mentors. But literally, when I get back to the market, I realize that I'm still losing money. Why? When you have a person who is guiding you, and not just any person, when you say mentors, everybody believes that is a person who is blowing an account. Blowing an account is an indication that you are a beginner, you don't know how to trade, you don't have a plan. So I'm talking about mentors who knows exactly what they are doing. Mentors are like ladders. You can use them to do what? To climb. Some of us have gone through this process. We have seen all this happening. So we know what it takes for a person to be profitable, and we know what it takes for a person to lose money in the space. So when you have a mentor and you have a community of people, even if it's not a mentor, have a community of people, you are trading together. Like I will be showing you in the group. Currently, we are doing what we call the Capital Protection Challenge at MFG, whereby we are learning how to protect what? Our capital. So we are doing it as a team. When we enter the market, we enter together. When we exit the market, we exit together. The hardest part of Forex, Ali, is not knowledge. The hardest part of Forex is now your reaction towards the market after you are in the market. And to handle those emotions while you are alone, it is very easy for you to take another trade after a loss when you are alone than when you are with a team. Because let's say we are 100 of us in a group. When we hit a stop loss, definitely we'll say, we have accepted that is a loss. But when you are alone, as much as you have a plan, as much as you have that knowledge that you know, you will be tempted to get back into the market. When you are with a team, it is easy for you to hold on to profit until maybe the market gets to take profit because you are doing it with a team and under maybe a particular mentor guiding you through. So when you are alone, you can easily be tempted to exit early. But when you are with a team, it is easy for you to know, I will not be the one to fail this team. So let me walk and do exactly what these other people are doing. Yes. At the end of the day, before you realize, you are also becoming a trader. It is a difficult thing. There is one of the traders, I think in 70s, in 1780s there. Go and read his story. I think he was called Jesse Livermore, if I'm not wrong. This guy killed himself and he was the top trader in the world. Why? Because he used to do Forex alone. When you lock yourself in the house, you'll jump from the balcony. Yeah? Because of a mistake. Because emotions always traps us more when we are alone. Yes. That's why when a person, if you want to make a person mad today, just lock him in a room, in a dark room, and leave him there for 3 days. Yeah. If you give him a 1 month, he will come, this man is like, the brain is no longer working well. Why? Seclusion, when you seclude yourself, or when you separate yourself, you tend to make mistakes so easily. And Forex is hard when you are alone. Imagine, Ali, you are alone. The market has just hit your stop loss. And now it's moving towards the direction you are targeting. Your mind automatically, because you are thinking alone, you will think that, these people you feel cheated in a way. So you might be tempted to get back into the market. It is easy to make a mistake and to disobey your plan when you are trading alone. Wow. That's why I recommend, even if you don't believe in maybe following one person, which I always believe is a good thing, at least have a community of people who are trading, and not just trading. You know, when you say group, Ali, you have people in the group, they are sharing 1,000 signals in a day. Everybody is taking in signals. That is not trading as a team. I'm talking about people who have one system. I will be showing them under the group of maybe the capital protection challenge that we are doing. Mm-hmm. We have one team. We engage the market together. If it's to buy, we wait for the same confirmation, we buy. If it's time to break even, we break even. If it's time to exit, you'll even enjoy the process than when doing it alone. So if you are there convincing yourself that you will lock yourself in the house and become profitable, I'm not saying that it is impossible, but it is very difficult.
Wow. So in other words, you're saying that it is good for every trader to have an accountability partner.
Have an accountability partner.
Yeah, someone who will look at you and tell you, you know what, let's not get into this trade. If you get into this trade, we'll be out of plan. If you'll be out of plan,
you're out of business.
Wow, amazing. Now, we are going to be talking about the strategy that we are going to be using today. And it is a very simple strategy. I think it just requires less than 5 steps. So, guys, before we get into that, let's hear a word from our sponsor. I'm here to tell you about the broker that I do personally recommend. When it comes to execution, transparency, and withdrawals, these really matter. Zelance Markets offers raw spreads plus just $3 commission, giving you the best spreads in the market. No broker ever goes lower than this. You get fast execution, stable trading conditions, and instant deposits and withdrawals through M-Pesa and crypto. No waiting, no unnecessary delays. This is a broker built for serious traders who value efficiency and trust. No hidden games, no excuses when it's time to withdraw. Just a solid trading environment. If you're looking for a broker you can rely on, Zelance Markets is worth checking out. The link is in my description and pinned on my comment section. Now, let's get back to the video. Welcome back, guys. We are with one and only MZITOH. So MZITOH, it's about time we talked about our strategy.
Yes.
So tell us about this strategy. What are we looking for? What session are we looking at? What are we looking at in the charts?
Okay. So maybe before I mention the strategy, I would want to mention this. Guys, for the 9 years I've been in this space, one thing I've realized is that simple strategies seems to give or reward traders more than the complex strategies. people tend to attach themselves so much on strategies, believing that strategy is everything in Forex. Strategy in Forex is only 10%. So as much as I'm going to show you strategy, I have like, by now I've evolved to 2.9. We only trade gold at MFT. So I have like 9 different strategies. But now you just need one strategy. And I'm going to show you the simplest one. One of the simplest things will always be what? Your trading strategy. Don't complicate. You see now maybe you are doing top-down analysis as a beginner. Let me do the daily time frame. Let me come to H4. I'm looking for liquidity sweep on daily time frame. I'm coming to H4 looking for maybe whatever fair value gap. By the time you get to minute 15 to find an entry, you're already confused.
And the market has moved.
The market has moved because, and that is only 10% of Forex. True. After strategy, you need first to understand how to manage yourself in the market, which is very important than even the strategy. And now after that, your reaction when you're in the market carries about 60%. So we tend to focus so much on strategy, and so many people are suffering today. MZITOH have mastered Forex, but I think the only challenge is that I've not found a good strategy. No, your strategy works. The problem is not the strategy. Most of the time, evaluate yourself. Backtest and realize. You'll understand that, why is this strategy works when I'm backtesting, but when on real market, it doesn't work. It means you have focused so much on money and not the process. True. And let me talk about the simplicity of the strategy. The strategy I'm going to show you is simple and direct. Number one, we focus on minute 15 time frame. Remember, I'm an intraday trader. Focus on what? Minute 15. Minute 15 simply means every candle forms after 15 minutes. That is number one.
So you're not even looking at
I'm not there
bias,
on market bias, what is the market trend, no, simplicity of the strategy. There are other strategies that I do that, that is a bit complex, and maybe when you get to a particular level, you can do that. Yeah. But this simple one can still make you money, mechanical strategy that can still make you money as a beginner. Very simple. So number one thing is to ensure that your chart is on M15.
M15, yeah.
Or minute 15. Every candle forms after 15 minutes. The next thing, don't be there in the market from morning till evening. No. Me, I will come in the market at 2 p.m.
Okay.
2 p.m. Kenyan time. Exactly 2 p.m.
Yeah, but so now, if you're watching this from another country, you can convert that
2 p.m. Kenyan time is when I come to the market. But now when I'm coming to the market, I monitor 4 candles that has already formed between 1 and these 2 p.m.
Between 1 and 2 p.m., okay.
There are 4 candles that has formed. 15, 15, 15, 15. Those are how many candles? 4 candles. Yeah. So those are my points of interest. So after formation of these 4 candles between 1 and 2 p.m., when I come to the market at 2 p.m., I will just mark the high of those 4 candles and mark what? The low of the 4 candles. The strategy is called MFG 2.2. Okay. So once the market breaks above the high of the 4 candles, simple, buy. Do a stop loss of 80 pips, target 160, that is 1:2, or 240, 1:3. Done. If it breaks below, risk 80 pips, target 240, that is 1:3, or 160, that is 1:2. Done. Allow the probability to do what? To play out. Wow. This is how to break even. Maybe I will explain while describing. Very simple concept. Nothing complex.
That is the
very direct,
simplest strategy. So in other words, guys, you look, get into the market at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Look at the 4 candles that were formed between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m.
15 minutes chart.
Yeah, that is a 15 minutes candles. Mark the high and the low. If it breaks above, buy. Take a buy. Risk 1:2, 80, 160.
Simple.
Sell the same. Wow.
I will show you the data. We have been doing it for the last 1 month with students, and they are wondering, is this thing real? You know, something seems simple to a point whereby you feel like this thing is not true.
Yes.
But now when you engage the market with it, try. We have been using it for the last 2 years. It works. Currently, we are doing the Capital Protection Challenge. I told people, let's get to this challenge. Let's not focus on money. Apply this simple strategy for a month. You realize that it is impossible to blow an account because you are getting into the market already knowing what you are going to lose. When you say 80 pips, if you're using 0.01, you are prepared to lose $8. 160 means $16. So already I know the outcome even before getting into the market. I know that I'm either going to lose $8 or make what? $16. Simple. And out of this strategy, if I have maybe my $100, I know the probability of blowing that account is losing 12 trades approximately at a row, which is impossible. We're going to see the data. The highest maybe loss you can have is 4 to 6 losses, meaning even with $100 you can start. That's why I recommend those who are joining the MFG Capital Protection Challenge. Next week we are starting the discipline, MFG, the discipline experiment. Yeah. Also involves the same. Following rules consistently, you realize that you cannot blow an account and you enjoy the process while you are doing it with a team. There are times that you will find losses, 4 to 6 losses. You will also find 4 to 8 wins. It happens. But now your mind is attached to large number of samples.
Not just two trades.
Not just two trades. I always give this example. We have an election currently coming in Kenya.
Yes.
You cannot interview 10 people and say now from this sample, this person is going to be the president. No. You need a larger what? Sample. The same thing with trading. You need to take as many trades. The more trades you take, the higher the probability that you will always be profitable. That's why at trade by trade level, the outcome is random. But after a larger sample, you are very guaranteed, provided you have been applying proper risk management, you are very sure that you will always be profitable.
Wow.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Now, guys, the time is here, and we are about to check how this plays out. And as always, you guys know, before we check out how it plays out in the charts, we have to show you how it plays out right on the board. So let's hear what the sponsor says, and then, yeah, of course, let's pay some bills, and then we'll come here and see how it goes. If you've been looking for PROPFIRM to help you scale your trading journey, then God-Funded Trader is worth checking out. With over $23 million paid in trader rewards and more than 250,000 traders worldwide, God-Funded Trader has become one of the leading names in the PROPFIRM industry. Whether you're just starting out or you are already consistently profitable, God-Funded Trader gives you the opportunity to prove your skills. And this is through their evaluation programs, and you can gain access to funded accounts with allocations of up to $400,000 for qualified traders. One feature that really stands out for me is their payout on demand program. This allows eligible funded traders to request rewards without waiting for traditional payout cycles. That flexibility is one of the reasons why many traders choose God-Funded Trader as the preferred PROPFIRM. As always, success in PROPFIRM trading comes down to discipline, consistency, and a proper risk management. If you have built a solid trading strategy and you are ready to trade larger capital, God-Funded Trader provides an opportunity that's well worth considering. So if you'd like to learn more or start your funded journey today, click the link in my description below. By using my link, you'll also be supporting the podcast, and I genuinely appreciate everyone who does. Now, let's get back to today's conversation. Now, MZITOH, show us the strategy.
So as I've told you guys, the strategy is very simple and direct. One of the simplest things should always be your trading strategy. So this strategy, guys, I've told you, it's just work on M15. That means every candle forms after 15 minutes. That is number one. Number two, we call it the London, we trade what we call the London reversal. Okay. And it happens between what time? Between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. So between 1 and 2 p.m. is ideally 1 hour.
Yes.
And in those 1 hour, we have how many candles of 15 minutes? 4. So maybe candles. You have 4 candles. Candle number 1 probably is here. Candle number 2, let's assume the market was probably selling. Maybe candle number 3, at that point, let's shade for sell. Okay? And maybe you had something like this as your candle number 4. So your strategy or your concern is very simple. After the formation of these 4 candles, just mark the low. Very simple. Where is the lowest point of the 4 candles? Here.
Yes.
Where is the highest point of the 4 candles? Probably here.
Yeah.
Mark the high. Very simple. After you have marked that, you stay. You know, some of the things that people are confused themselves with, they forget that waiting is part of what? Forex.
You're being paid to wait.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll wait and get into the market and being taken out immediately.
Yes.
Imagine, and I've been waiting for 2 hours only to be taken out within 5 minutes. It's part of the game.
Yes.
We lose to win in Forex. I will explain that. Yeah. Now, after these 4 candles, I've marked the high early. I've marked the low. I automatically now wait for the either market to break what? Above the high or break
the low.
If, for instance, the market decides to break the low, by breaking the low simply means the candle should completely close where? Below the low with the body. So once the candle closes completely below, after it closes, the open of the next candle is what? Your entry what? Your entry candle.
Wow. Still on 15 minutes.
On 15 minutes. Everything happens on 15 minutes. Yeah. Take that as your entry. Do your stop loss at 80 what? 80 pips. Most of the time, your stop loss should work well when it's above the candle that broke below. So you do your stop loss, but now always do it at 80. Why did I decide 80? I decided 80 because it creates some kind of attaining discipline. When you do a random stop loss, there's always a chance that you may deviate from the plan. And as I've told you, out of plan, out of business. It's easy to work with something that is already fixed.
Yes.
So you are risking 80 pips there, and you are targeting, if all goes well, I'm targeting at least 100 and what? 160 for TP1 and 240 for TP2. Simple. Nothing more. If it happens, let's say the market now decides, MZITOH, this time we are not going to break below. The market decides to break where? Above. So you have my 4 candles again. The market was selling. And at this point, maybe it's decide to buy. We are there. We have our 4 candles. You have that one. You mark the high. Very simple. Mark what? The lowest point. When marking high and low, you'll mark the weak. But now when it's breaking, it should be a complete body. So the market decides to buy. Market buys. Once it closes above,
Yes.
that automatically tells you MZITOH is time to do what? To buy. Enter your buy at that given point. That is your entry. Do your stop loss again at how many pips? 80 pips. These, remember, we only trade gold. Target how many pips, Ali? 160 for TP1 and 240
for TP2.
TP2.
Wow. Interesting. Now, first thing that you've mentioned is a body close.
Yeah.
So that means whenever we get a week, we're not taking any trade.
If it's a week, maybe you see something like this happening. Maybe the market decides you are here and a pin just going above and still closes inside. We don't take until the whole body closes where? Above. That is when we consider.
Interesting.
But now also, I will mention this, but it's already in the plan. I didn't want to confuse us. But if it breaks also above with a very long body of over 100 pips, don't enter immediately. Wait for at least the market to retrace half of what? The candle. Remember, I told us that the stop loss it's always appropriate when it's below the candle that broke where? Above or below. So if it pulls back, maybe it was 100, it will pull back to around 60. So if I do the stop loss, it will already be below that candle. I will have my stop loss at an appropriate point.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what happens when the market is, very impulsive? You're just having a market that is moving and it is not pulling back. You just let it go.
You let it go. If the market doesn't align with our rules, we let it go. You can never fight the market. If it aligns with what we are doing, we agree. If we miss, we agree. We don't force the market. We align to the plan. Because plan is everything. Out of plan, out of business. So I will stick to my plan no matter what happens. If it doesn't happen, like today, the market has been very, very volatile. Maybe we'll be seeing that when we get to the charts. The market went up very fast. We had a chance to take a buy. Within minutes, we were taken out with a stop loss. The next trade, we were taken out with a break even. And the third trade was a win. So literally, we don't take more than 3 trades a day. And no professional trader takes more than, I've been doing it in history. I've researched. No professional trader takes more than 5 trades in a day. I used to trade until you scroll. That tells you are still a beginner. You don't see the trade on top. You are scrolling. You don't. That clearly tells you are not trading. You are trading your account balance. And that is automatically gambling.
Okay. Another thing I would want to ask,
Yes, sir.
is there a limit in terms of the time that you are waiting? Let's say, can you wait for 3 hours for this to play out?
Yeah,
because
now that is a
4
good
hours
question.
or
Ali.
5 hours?
After now 2 p.m., we only wait until 6 p.m. That is Kenyan time.
Yes.
Past 6 p.m., if you don't have an opportunity, leave the market, go home.
Let's meet tomorrow.
And past 6 p.m., if maybe you have taken one trade, there's no another opportunity, don't come to the market. If an opportunity presents past this time, we don't
Take
trade.
it.
Past 6 p.m., done. Meaning, now you can clearly tell, between 2 and 6 p.m., how many hours are there?
4 hours.
Around 4? So why are you quitting your job to do Forex? You just need 4 hours a day to trade and be very profitable. So you can do Forex alongside other things in life. You'll find a student saying, MZITOH, I want to quit school so that I focus so well on Forex.
You're just
Go
being
to school,
lazy.
keep working. MZITOH, I think my work is confusing me. Let me stop my work so that I focus on Forex. You need only 4 hours. If it's in the morning, I have a strategy. It's only that time will not allow us to do that. I'll do it next time.
Yes.
We have a strategy that you wake up at 3 a.m. By 6 a.m., you're also done. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 3 hours. You are done for the day. Go do work. Do other things during the day. In this life, you have to diversify. Don't just be there on the chart. The people who stay on the chart the longest are the people who lose money in this game. Point blank.
Wow, amazing. Now, you guys have actually seen it on the dashboard. Is it what do we call this? On the board, sorry.
Yeah, whiteboard.
On the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Dashboard. On the whiteboard. Now guys, let's get into the laptop and see
the
how
charts.
it plays out. And of course, we're also going to be seeing
The history.
and of course data from the trades you've taken this month.
Plus now the students that we are doing it together as
Yes,
a team.
yes.
I show you the power as to why it's easy to trade as a team. We enter the market together. We exit using the same strategy. We have all dedicated our 4 hours every day.
Wow.
Sometimes it will play out within 1-2 hours. We are out. We are done for the day. Sometimes we'll have to wait for the 4 hours. So that is exactly what I'm going to show you on the chart. And probably you are there and you want to learn. Because if you are never disciplined, Ali, discipline is trained. It's not just a mere word. Until you hit a stop loss and accept the first, second, third time without changing the strategy, you have not started trading. Until you have set of rules, that the plan, and you have been able to follow it. Because most of people know Forex, Ali. They have been there for 5 years, 6 years, but they have never been disciplined for 1 month. That's why you find beginners who have worked with MFG, MZITOH Forex Global, they have been there for 2 months, but they're very profitable. They beat people who have been there for 5-10 years. Why? They have trained discipline in these 2 months. They have learned to follow rules within these 2 months. And I don't know if Ali will allow me to say this before we go to the charts. Brokers have understood this, and that's why brokers are opening every day. Brokers will bring what we call demo challenge. Demo challenge, they will tell you we are rewarding the person with the $5,000, the winner, or $10,000, the winner. But now the winner should make what? The highest profit.
Yeah.
So we are all competing to be where? Number one. But in the process, you are doing everything wrong. You are taking wrong lot sizes for 1 month. You are trading without stop loss for 1 month. You are revenge trading for 1 month. You are over trading for 1 month. Do you know to change that mindset will take a deliberate decision and also the hand of God for you to be converted to a point of now doing it right? That's why next week we are starting the discipline experiment. Yeah. Trying now to do it right, especially those who have been doing it wrong. It is high time find people who are doing it right. If it's MFG, join us. Let's learn how to do this thing right. Brokers are benefiting. Once your mind is corrupted, even if you win the challenge, they already know that now even if this person deposits,
the 5,000 is given.
You will return this money to the market. Any money you acquire from the market without a plan, you must return. So they know very well that even if this person wins, there are others who have failed, many of them. It means even if this person deposited any amount, he will lose. Why? He will trade without stop loss. You are out of plan. You will close with small profits, which is also not part of Forex. You will see market hitting your stop loss. You will adjust stop loss because it's something that you have trained yourself to do for a month, 2-3 months.
It's a habit, yeah.
It is now a habit. Others have been doing it for 3 years. To change such a person is very difficult, bro. But maybe let's get to the charts and see that.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
If you're looking for ways to automate your trading with a system that has a proven track record, then you need to check out BMM. One of the biggest challenges that traders face today is finding quality setups consistently and spending hours glued to the charts. BMM solves that problem using advanced AI-powered scanners that identify high probability trading opportunities across the markets. When a setup is found, you receive a clear buy or sell signal together with TP1, TP2, and TP3 targets, including a stop loss. What I really like about BMM is that it gives you 2 ways to trade. The first is tap to trade. This is where signals are sent directly to your Telegram and can be executed on your MT5 account with a single tap. The second option is full automation. This is where BMM can execute trades on your behalf, allowing you to stay active in the markets without constantly monitoring the charts. Today, more than 1,400 traders are already using BMM scanners and automation tools to save time and trade smarter. So if you want to learn more and see how the system actually works, click the link in the description and on your screen and get started with BMM today. BMM, trade smarter and more.
Guys, this is MFG Capital Protection Challenge. I was telling you the power behind Forex is when you are doing it with a team. And not just any team, guys. A team of those who are doing it the right way, using the same system, same entry rules, same exit rules. And there are 3 things that maybe I will mention early as we get to this. Number one of the things that I've trained my students to consider is to detach from the outcome. So one of the things that you record, did I follow my plan in entering the market? Did I follow my entry rules? You tick that. Number 2, Did I manage my position according to the plan while in the market? Or was I tempted to close early? Was I tempted to adjust stop loss? That is the second thing you record after the market has closed. And the third thing, what was the outcome? Those are the three things that every trader who ends up becoming profitable must learn. Pre-acceptance of loss, knowing that I'm already prepared to enter the market. Have I followed my entry rules? Number 2, have I managed my position while in the market according to the rules? And number 3, what was the outcome? Once you record these 3 data points every single day and take every trade as a data point. For us, we don't focus on any single trade. We focus after a larger what? Sample. So we take every single trade as what? A data point. We have been doing this, and my intention Ali was to take us through 1 month of doing it right, to prove to people that it is impossible to blow an account in what? Forex, when you are following a plan. So if you can clearly see, maybe the Journal of Students, you see these students are Capital Protection Challenge. It was started on 28th of this month, of last month. This is now we are on our 4th week. If you check from the beginning of this student all started with $38. By now, the account, we are on our 4th week. We at
the 4th week just started, yeah?
Yes, just started this week.
Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday was Monday, now today is Tuesday. It will be updated today. So at 68 from 38, is that not positive? It's
That's
positive.
good.
Check the number of trades. There is no single day we have taken more than 3 trades. The highest, in fact, was only 2 trades.
Yes.
So it's just 1 or 2 trades, maximum 3. But we have not even found a day that we have taken how many trades? 3. This is one of the students. But now, the beauty about it, you see everybody updating the journal. There's another student here, started at 100, now at 118. Despite the mistakes and errors, because when you are participating in this, there are others who are overwhelmed by emotions. They make mistake. But now, because they are trading within a team, you realize that even if from 100 to 118, that is 18%. When you have a capital, maybe you're doing with PROPFIRM or doing in the field, if you're doing 18%, that is good money. But now it starts by now a person understanding it. Check these students. Started at around, I think he has updated from, what was the amount? 131, 116. But now it means there's some weeks that this person did what? Missed the journal, okay? Yeah. Check. So that is what we do every day. There are so many other journals on top. But now the beauty about it, you see, if it's waiting, all of us are confirming that we are doing what? We are waiting. If it's to enter the market, if it's time to enter, you see all of us confirming that we are. If it's stop loss, all of us is what? Stop loss. If it's getting to the market, you see stop loss, but now a stop loss of break even. We know how to close, but now market if it moves to a particular region, we do what? We break even. So the beauty about what we are doing is that when we enter the market, we enter together. When we exit together. So everybody in the group, as much as you are pressured, you see this, all of us are confirming, lock this amount. We are doing it as what? As a team. If you check, we have been doing this, Ali, for the last 1 month. This is just but our fourth week. And it is working. People have now realized that it is impossible to do what? To blow an account in Forex. And guys, there's nothing like, you see, and you are together in the market. The process, you just enjoy the process because you know I'm not alone. If you're in the market, everybody posts the screenshot. If it's to you see all those in. All of us are getting into the market as a team. This was our evaluation before starting the week. People are now, what is your focus and your consideration on the last week? People are considering what? Most of people are saying following what? The plan. Check the history. This student, I think he's the most performing student. He started with $42 Ali. By the end of 3rd week, he was at $149. Following rules is the secret behind succeeding in the business. You might think the strategy is complex. No, it's the strategy that we have just shown you. If it breaks the high, we buy. Breaks the low, we do what? We sell. If you check this data, you realize that when you are trading, check the student, the same thing. The student started at $100, now at 100 and what? 24. That is 24 what? %. Check this student. All of them are profitable. This student started at around 35. There are no more data, maybe around 20-something. Now at 44. That is a good percentage if you do it in what? Percentage. Start somewhere. All these are journals of different what? Students. The accurate data by the end of 3rd week was this one.
Okay.
If you started, I was participating in the same challenge with $1,000 account. Okay. And this is my now account that I was using to trade with them in the challenge. And if you check from the data, you realize that from $1,000 by the end of 3rd week,
you're 2,000.
That is 100%. But now the outcome is random. The first week we never lost a trade. But now the people will think that, hey, this strategy is 100%. The second week was also profitable because we only had 2 losses. But now the 3rd week was terrible. This is when people lose patience in their strategy and shift from strategy. Anytime your strategy undergoes a losing streak, don't quit. continue because you are executing using the same pattern. Allow probability to play out. That's why if you check on the third week, Ali, you realize that we started with 2090 and ended with 2090. Meaning the whole week we never did anything. Yes. It was just like, but we had several losses. Losses were more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 losses and only how many win? One. But now because you are doing the right thing, that win was able to compensate and ensure that you have ended the challenge with the profit.
You're not blowing the account.
You're not blowing the account. You are following rules. Anytime you get into the market, I know. And for students, this is their data, accurate data now for those who are doing it the right way. The account started at what? $100. By the third week, we are now currently in the fourth week. In the third week, we are at 208. That is 100%. The outcome is still random. Every week has a random outcome. Every day has a random outcome. Anytime I get into the market, I know the probability is 50-50. The market can either buy or what? Sell. But one thing I'm guaranteed, if I do this repetitively, after a month, we will have taken over 20 trades. You will always be profitable.
Wow, this is amazing. Now, let's check it out maybe on MT5.
On MT5.
Yes.
Okay, let me show us also on MT5.
Yes. And let's check out today's trade.
Yeah, we can also check today's trade. I think you were with me when I was showing you the setup.
Yeah, we were actually together when the trade was playing out.
Was playing out.
It's around here.
Can use MT4.
Oh, now, MT4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our concern still, guys, was what? This small what? Small box.
Okay.
And if you check, this is what we say, you mark the high of this box. This is the 4 candles. Now here is the template. You just mark the high of that box. If you need this template, I give it out in the group, Telegram group, MZITOH Forex Global, and also MFG channel. You'll just join the MZITOH Forex Global or MFG channel. You'll get this. So this box forms automatically. You don't even need to draw it. Once the market is out of that box at 2 p.m., mark the high, mark the low. At this point, the market broke above at this point.
Yes.
Pulled back a little back, but now we need at least half of the candle. So our entry was around this point, half of that candle.
Yes.
Our stop loss was at 80 pips. Take profit was 160. But now the market went up, and we are able to exit. If you measure the pips, Ali, you realize that from our entry point, you see the stop loss that was around 30. So 80 was down here. So it was far from there. So and now on top, the market also covered over 80 pips. So we exited with break even the first trade.
That's the first trade.
The second trade, you later realize that the market broke below. I think this one we were with you, Ali.
Yes.
When the market broke below, we took what? A sell trade. At this point, I even showed you this is a sell trade.
Yeah.
We took a sell trade there. We had our stop loss at where? 80 pips,
80 pips.
which was around maybe probably this region. And targeting how many pips? 160. Automatically, you are seeing the market hitting what? The take profit. Simple. So today we have had 2 trades. One break even and one win.
One win. And the break even, of course, it's at 80 pips. 80
pips. When the market gets half, covered your stop loss distance, we now break even simply means you lock some profits, or you put your stop loss exactly at the entry or slightly above or below, depending with either you are buying or selling. Like now, break even for buy today, we moved the stop loss from where it was slightly above the entry. So we still exited with a small profit. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. This is quite interesting. And of course, how does someone, reach out to you, maybe on your social media platforms or your number, if they want to be part of this challenge?
So if you want to be part of MFG, I think, Ali, if you'll allow me write my number here.
Okay.
So that those who want to reach me out from whatever part of the world that you are in, and you want to work with me, you want to do Forex the right way.
Yes.
You want the next challenge that I'm starting, Ali, is called the MFG Discipline Experiment.
Yeah.
MFG Discipline Experiment. Yeah. We're going to do it again for how long? 1 month. Yes. Have your $100. Your mind is not on money. Your mind is fixed on following what?
The plan.
Rules. That's why if you are in the plan within 1 month, following rules, you can use any strategy you want. And you can do anything you want after that. But after this 1 month of being discipline, you can now apply that discipline in any other strategy, and it will work for you. So if you want to reach me out, this is my phone number. Let me type it here. So +254 27. Let me type it here. +254 254727 451180. My name, I go by the name MZITOH FX. MZITOH has been the name I've been carrying since
High school?
primary, back in
Primary.
the days.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
wow.
not just the name because of Forex.
Okay.
The name that has been there for some time. So that is my number, Ali. If you want to reach me out, you want to join our community, text me on that number. And you can also find me on YouTube, MZITOH Forex Global. I have classes from what is Forex to now the challenge part, whereby after the end of the training, we trade together as a team. Wow. Currently, we have also beginners class that is ongoing, about 100 of us plus. We are starting the challenge next week.
Next week, okay.
And the aim of the challenge is still to follow the plan. What have we learned? Are we able to apply it with rules? So if you want to join the MFG discipline experiment, join me from next week on Monday.
What is required to join the experiment?
The only requirement is you to have, number one, you should be tired of losing money if you are losing money. Say, MZITOH, I'm tired of trading. In the morning I have money, in the evening I've lost everything. Number two, if you are a beginner and you are accepting that I must follow the process, the aim is not to make money. The aim is to understand the process and follow that process in the end. But in the end, as you have checked the previous class, people are making profits, but the aim was to protect capital. So this aim is to be disciplined. In the process of being disciplined, you realize that you cannot blow an account, number one. In the end of the challenge, you realize that you are profitable. And in the end of the challenge, you realize that you have started building confidence. Something in you will have changed. You know, there's a notion, Ali, before as I'm ending, that I want these guys to hear. It is easy. Small sizes tends to grow account faster than big sizes. Because with small sizes, you can trade consistently, you can have a larger number of samples, and probability will play out fast. But now when you take big sizes, the volatility is high, your mind is tempered with, and in the end of the day, you will blow account. So join MFG, let's work together, let's demystify how to do Forex professionally. We always say, out of plan, out of business.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, MZITOH. Really appreciate you and your time coming again and again. And of course, MZITOH has 9 of these strategies that he's actually, laid out on MFG. If you want him to come again and again to show us another simple strategy, because I think that this is one of the simplest strategies.
One of the
you do not have to look for the market structure. You do not have to know so much about trading. You just have to know the time to get into the into your charts, what to do, and follow the rules. It's that simple. So if you guys want MZITOH to come again and tell us another strategy, just comment the word strategy, as we always do. Just comment the word strategy or comment the word MZITOH, and I'll make sure that I bring him again and again to come and show us the strategy. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, as usual, we're going to make sure that we connect you with MZITOH. So the number is on your screen. You can, of course, check it out, of course, also in the description. And also, I've attached his social media platforms. Please do reach out. He's one of the people that I work with. He's one of the people that I personally would recommend that you join his team. And of course, as usual, I want to thank you guys for always supporting the podcast, for always liking, subscribing, and of course, commenting. But I've seen that over 60% of you guys are just watching and they have not yet subscribed. So I'm going to give you guys 3 seconds to actually do that. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. This has been the Mind of a Trader podcast. I've been your host, presenter Ali. Of course, all my social media platforms are also linked in the description. If you have any questions or inquiries, please do reach out. Also, tell you every time to interact with the links that I do share in my description. Of course, I put a disclaimer and tell you that those are affiliate links, and I do make money when you interact with them. And I do appreciate each and every one of you for always supporting the podcast. See you guys in the next one.
The Mind of a Trader podcast, where we outthink the market.